We just felt like, looking back at the first half, I thought we pressed a little bit offensively. Probably took a few ill-advised shots, and didn't do a great job. I didn't think defensively it took us a good half to kind of settle in. Thought we did a much better job in the second half. All year long, these kids have battled. They've played hard, so I can't take anything away from them as far as their effort. Disappointed that we're not sticking around for another day. But we have a lot of good things to build on, and we got a young basketball team. Taylor and Andrea Rodemaker being our only seniors, so got a lot of good things that are going to happen from this experience.
Any of the players really talk about, in baseball you have a closer, and when you and I gets a lead, they can just, Jackie Kaling can just take the ball. If you're going to foul her, she'll hit her free throws. Either you just talk about when a team has a player like that, maybe how hard that is to overcome once you fall behind.
I mean, Jackie Kinlan's a great player. She has a ton of experience under belt, so she's obviously their go-to player, and she finished this game out for them. And I feel next year that's going to be Anima in our case.
Talk a little about you guys needing to create some opportunities with your defense, and it seemed like you had started to get some deflections in the second half. Did you feel like Northern Iowa did a pretty good job of stopping some possible opportunities there? I know you scored on a few of them to get back into it as well, but just talk about that one.
I mean, our defense was kind of slow in the beginning, and we started to pick it up, and in the second half that's what we really needed to do, and I think that's what got us back in the game. But I mean, it's a shame we just couldn't finish it out, and we learned a lot from this loss. Hopefully we have a couple more games left in us in this season, but it's a shame that the Valley tournament's over for us.
Your thoughts on what you guys struggled with offensively in the early going there? Or anybody, Hannah,
I mean, like Coach said, personally I took some bad shots. I think, everybody can say they took some bad shots that weren't needed. It just came down to, getting stops on defense, and we kind of rushed things on offense a little bit when they were getting up in us, and we just didn't take our time. So I think that was, the biggest key, really.
They were bringing double teams a lot. Just evaluate how you thought you handled that at times. Maybe you didn't get the ball down as low as you'd like sometimes as well, but what did they do to frustrate you guys in the first half in particular?
We talked about it, and before the game, Coach told me, you're going to get double teamed, so just slow down and don't let them rush you. But unfortunately, a couple turnovers were called from that. I just think that there's a lot of improvement that needs to be done, and that's something that I'll be working on.
Coach talking in the post-game to the radio about lots to build upon this season. Just talk, Anna, Rachel, talk a little about that and the nucleus you'll have coming back for next year.
Yeah, I think even though we're going to be young, we do have a lot of experience with our freshmen getting some really solid playing time with Marina and Casey. BC and Rach being veterans, and Tosh. So I think we're going to be able to have that under our belt. It all comes down to like what we do in the off season. How much we put into it is what we're going to get out of it. So.
Final questions for the players? Okay, ladies, we go back to your locker room. Okay, questions for the coach.
Coach, it seemed like you made a couple big runs. I think you got to 2 twice in the first half and 4 twice in the second half. I guess how hard was it just to kind of get over that hump once you got there?
Really, really difficult. Not sure why, but give our kids credit for just battling back. It took a lot, there in the first probably 5 or 7 minutes just to get any kind of a flow, and thought we took some tough shots, but needless to say, this is a group that's battled back, so we were just kind of as a staff waiting, for that to happen, and that did. But Northern Iowa's a really good basketball team. They're very well coached. They make you pay in so many different ways. When you have a post player that can pass, and then you have Kaylin on the outside that pretty much anytime you need a basket, she can go find one for you, or she facilitates so well. She can find somebody else that can get a basket for you. But you hit it on the head. We got close. We just couldn't get over the hump. And our offense has really, at times, struggled throughout the year. But we have gotten better. We've been hanging our hat on the fact that we've been playing great defensively, but tonight it just wasn't enough. And obviously we just, them out rebounding us, I thought that was the key in the game, the key of the game.
We're pretty happy with how Trevicia guarded Kaylin.
I was more happy with the way Tasha guarded Kaylin. I thought that she did a much better job on her, and the idea that the plan going in, and again, we're not naive to think that she wasn't going to catch it. She's too good of a basketball player for that. And like I said, this when you have post players that can pass the way they do, they make you pay. But I thought she ended up with 22. She had 6 in the first half, and we were obviously thrilled about that. But I thought our kids, it's hard. It's difficult just to, and you get exposed when you do that. You're completely locked into Kaylin, and then you're really playing 4-on-4. And if you're not where you need to be defensively, whether that's help side, whether that you're so locked into your player that you get beat on back cuts, and you don't have rotation, you're missing a piece out there because our idea was just to be so locked in on her that once she gave it up, she didn't get it back.
Thoughts on Mahan and her resilience tonight? Seems like she stuck with it. And,
and that was good to see. Rachel's, she's had a good year. I think she could have had a better year. I think there was a period of time there where her effort wasn't as great, and she was just pretty inconsistent. But I thought, last week when our backs were against the wall at Bradley, I thought she came through for us. And then I thought tonight, in spite of them doubling her, and again, but she hit it on the head. She's going to have to learn to handle that better. As I always say to her, that's a compliment when you get when you bring a double team there. That means that that's a good thing. That's a compliment. But you got to be able to throw out of it and find the open person. And she'll get better. And that's the goal for this team. Is we'll go back and, like you said, hopefully we're not done quite yet playing. We'd like to extend this season a little bit longer. This team deserves that. But we still got a lot of work ahead of us.
Season, you feel like you've made some pretty steady progress?
We have. I mean, I don't think there's any doubt about it. You lose 3 1,000-point scorers into our third year, and we're playing with 1 senior, 1 junior, and then sophomores and freshmen. So I would say that 18 wins and 10-8, 5th seed in the Valley in a very, very difficult league is making some strides.
Final questions for the coach? Okay, Coach, thank you.